Welcome back to the dojo, everybody. This is the preview where we're going to talk about today our Liam's facts, our top 5 love songs, our slang terms for the week, and we've got John Wick versus the Punisher. I don't know if we've done this fight scene or not, but I know Tony and I haven't done it, so we're going to do it again if we haven't. But make sure you like, subscribe, and stay tuned for the show. Welcome back to the dojo, everybody. This is TruTalk with TruMotion, where a couple of guys talk about how to make the world a better place and hopefully make your day a little bit better in the process. My name is Mark, followed by my co-host, Peaky Blinders, apparently. Yeah.
If I was badass, is Mr. Shelby.
I've only, I have watched that show, but I was watching it while doing stuff, so I wasn't really watching it.
Oh, yeah.
So I need to, take some time and rewatch it again.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those shows that unfortunately, it's one of those shows you have to pay attention to, and
That's
I
what
think
I
at the
feel.
very beginning, mainly because you have to kind of get the ear used to the accents and everything else that are, it's, true to form,
Yeah.
with what they've got over there. Cillian Murphy, just no joke, just murders it.
Speaking
It's
of
amazing.
shows you have to pay attention to, did you watch that His and Hers on Netflix?
No.
Okay, that's a good show. You should watch it. You should watch it with you and Cammie. It's a murder mystery,
Ooh.
and it's got that Tessa Thompson and
Oh,
John
no way.
John Berthnall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like two of my favorite people.
It's a good show. It took, just FYI, the first couple of episodes. It's only 6 or 7 episodes long.
So it's like a miniseries then.
Yeah, it's a miniseries.
Awesome.
The first 2 episodes super boring.
Really?
Yeah, so I was like, ugh.
Boring by way of they're laying a ton of character development down
Kind
and
of.
stuff.
And
So
the-
you have to have it.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
you really can't skip it.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of suffer through the first 2 episodes, but then it picks up and you're just all like, what?
One of my favorite martial art movies of all time. And it was so obscure that when I watched it, I was like, how did I miss this? The first half of the movie was really slow. But it was one of those things that after I watched it again, I was like, this is so important. And all of this stuff in the beginning has to happen.
Yeah.
Because it sets up the character and how he's going to act for the second half. And it's Man from Nowhere. It's a Korean movie.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen
Dude.
that. Yeah, that was a great movie.
That freaking knife fight scene in the bathroom wherever he's at.
Oh, my favorite
Oh,
is when
dude.
the guy tries to rob him and he holds out his wallet and then he snatches the knife with his wallet. I was
Yep.
like,
That was the most
Dude.
badass movement. You're
was
just
like-
mine. You're like, okay.
he's just so
you're,
nonchalant about it.
you're cooked. At that point, just be like, oh, hold
Yeah.
on. Here's my wallet. I'll just give it
Yeah.
to you. I give up.
Yeah, that. And have you ever watched Maya made us watch it this weekend. Have you ever watched the movie Weapons?
No, the one with the kids.
Yeah,
Is that one messed up?
kind of.
God, because I'm in for something that's a little on that, what the hell's going on? Type
Then
of thing.
you got to watch it. I won't say anything about it, but you got to watch it. So watch it this coming week, and we'll talk about it next
Right.
week.
There's another one that, and this is my second question of the day. I love shows that are extremely well written,
Uh-huh.
and the thing if it's well written and it's something that's historical fiction type stuff, you know what's going on.
Yeah.
You know what happened, but it's so thrilling and gripping because of the direction, the writing, and the actors that are there that you'll just be you're just in it. And I watched this series again just because for me it's that compelling. It's Chernobyl
Okay, I haven't seen that,
on
but
HBO.
yeah,
And
I've heard it's good.
Yes, I kind of need a palate cleanser because it's really unfortunate that
It's a deep one.
Well,
Well, yeah, we all know what happens with Chernobyl.
it's just sad because the reason why it happened was arrogance,
Oh,
incompetence, and arrogance.
yeah.
And yeah, so we'll get into that for the second question.
Okay.
So anyway,
But good.
yeah.
Very
So
good.
weapons
Gotta-
and his
gotta
and
watch-
hers murder mystery.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they're both pretty good.
we're currently watching for a lighter note for people out there. It's a fun one. Have you watched Upload?
No. Upload?
Upload. It's kind of funny.
What is that on?
It's on Amazon Prime,
Okay.
and basically it's kind of like close future, not like super future, but close future.
Okay.
So like self-driving cars are a thing, and they're totally normalized and everything else, and they figured out a way for people who are dying that they can upload their consciousness and everything else to a server, and
That's like that
basically-
one movie on Netflix, Altered Carbon.
Kind of, yeah. Kind of like I love the first series. That first
Season
of
was
Altered
way
Carbon
good.
Was so good.
Yeah.
Even the second one was good, but the first one was just.
The first one was awesome.
Oh my gosh, it was awesome.
They just refer to bodies as sleeves.
As sleeves, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, yeah. You can hop through time with different sleeves and stuff like that. Oh,
There's this book that I listened to. Oh man, I should find out what it was called again. But it Anthony or the Zachary Quinto narrates it.
oh
and
no way!
It talks. This premise is if people die from like negligence or non-natural causes.
Yeah.
If they don't die from that, like let's say they get murdered. If people get murdered, they respawn like minutes later in a different location, but they're still them.
Oh, but they're still them.
They're still them, and they know what happened and everything. So it deals with the start of the book is this guy. He's in an operating room.
Yeah.
And the operation, it's a pretty, risky procedure, and the operation goes bad, and the guy starts dying, and his job is to step in and basically kill him. Because he's murdered. He doesn't die of natural causes, so if he bleeds out, that's natural causes.
Right.
But if he gets shot in the head, the guy respawns again. And there's an actual job for people that insurance companies hire them, and they just...
So they don't have to.
They don't have to pay out.
Oh my gosh!
And it talks about, it's a wild premise, and
dude, that's cool.
So
I like that. That's awesome.
It's pretty neat. But I can't remember what the book title's called. I have to look it up again. But I was all like, this would make a crazy miniseries.
Oh yeah,
but it definitely wouldn't be as good as the book.
No, it's one of those ones that you're just. That's why, like, again. Dude, we did talk about Brandon Sanderson last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. That is my biggest hesitation with
anything
that Apple's going to do with the Cosmere, universe of books that he has.
Since he's got creative control, he can kind of put his final stamp of approval.
Right.
So that's nice.
Yeah. And he was asked because there's a lot of like geographical things in his books that don't quite coincide with like Earth, by way of vegetation, rock formations, that type of stuff. And he was asked, they're like, so like, what are you gonna, like, if you were ever to make this into a movie, like, what would you do? And he chuckled because this was asked before he released the information that he made the deal with Apple. He just laughed. He says, "Oh, don't worry. The people that are coming to me wanting to make this into, movie shows, whatever, have massive amounts of money, and that's not going to be a problem." He says, "There's a lot of CGI we can do, or we can do it in like a soundstage. We can do volume, style type, cinematography and stuff like that within special effects, and so." But I mean, still, I'm just really kind of concerned of like how do you sometimes like in a book. It's a lot like comic books and anime.
Yeah.
And manga. You read it in the comic book in a book form and it makes sense. But if you take that exact thing, if you want to take it frame by frame and put it into a show or a movie where everything else, now it all becomes a goofy, cartoony, cornball-y,
The only time where that worked, like where it was like almost frame by frame out of the comic or like book to the screen.
Right.
The only two instances I can think of is when Robert Rodriguez did Sin City,
Yeah.
and when Zack Snyder did 300.
Yeah.
Those are the only two instances.
Yeah.
And they're like hardly anything was like real.
Yeah.
Minus the actors and like maybe the ground they stood on.
Right.
But everything else was
all CGI. Yeah.
But they did it in such a way that it didn't look campy or corny.
Right.
And it's like, okay, that worked.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really work out that way.
No.
So.
But speaking of like book to movie adaptation, Hail Mary coming out.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, so Andy Weir, who wrote The Martian.
Okay. The movie.
Yeah, the movie.
Ryan Gosling.
With Ryan Gosling. Yeah.
Those like those types of movies like The Martian and like I haven't seen Interstellar, but like those types of like space save humanity type movies, those are always like hit or miss with me.
Okay.
To where it's like,
which is fair.
It's like, okay, this is interesting, but it just doesn't move. Like I should watch them before I start like casting eternal damnation on them. But because I'm not anti sci-fi movies, like I like sci-fi stuff,
right?
But yeah, I don't know what it is about those where it's just like them in an area. It's like Castaway.
Yeah.
It's like, Castaway kind of works. Why wouldn't it work in space?
Right. So let's make.
All right.
Yeah. 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 So. There are a couple that are, I mean, they're ones that are stand out, like, I think like, yeah, Interstellar to me is fantastic. I love that one. The Martian, I love the book. The book is so good. It's like MacGyver on Mars, you know, and Joe Rogan actually interviewed Andy Weir, and that's where he kind of came up and said, "Oh yeah," he says, "my whole entire premise was I was just going to write a chapter, and then publish it and put it on a blog, and then people came up and asked like, hey, can you put it on an RSS feed?" So I did, so that way they would be notified when it came out. And he says, I told everybody in the very beginning, I reserve the right to change anything with the storyline to make it so that it's cohesive and works and everything else. And he says, because of that, he got a lot of people that would email him and say, hey, this is not right in your book.
Oh.
And he'd be like, thanks for letting me know. What would I change?
What would make it correct?
What would make it correct? And he was actually talking about positioning of the spacecraft that takes astronauts to Mars, and how, they would actually approach Mars and stuff like that. And a guy emailed him and said, no, that's wrong. Like, this whole entire section is not right. And he's like, great. And he emails him back. He's like, thanks for the feedback. How would I fix it? And what do you do? And so he's like, yeah, this is what you do. This is the equation that we use, and this is how we speak. And I'm like head of flight operations for JPL. And he's like, the Jet Propulsion Laboratory? Yeah, the same one. Oh, okay.
All right. Well, whatever you say, we'll do.
We'll do. There's a time where he's trying to make water from the fuel stuff that is on the spacecraft, and he even admitted he's like, I only have basic high school chemistry. So I thought I did a little bit of research. I thought I was doing it right. Wrote this, the part of this scene that's going on, published it. And sure enough, I get an email. Hey, this is not quite correct.
This is wrong.
He says, this is the equation that you have to use, and this is how it would work out and everything else. And if you have these things, this would actually create water and stuff like that. And you have to be very careful because of all this other stuff. So of course he writes him back. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Like, this is so helpful. Like, I really didn't know. What do you do? It's like, I'm the dean of chemistry. It was like, I'm going to get the university wrong, but let's just say like, whatever. University of Chicago or something. Yeah. Some big, massive university. And he's like, oh, okay, great. Like, chemistry. That's awesome.
Okey
so
dokey.
I would strongly suggest, The Martian for a book. It's super fun. Super fun. And he wrote another one called Artemis, takes place on the moon. And again, another fun one. I listened to that one on Audible. Rosario Dawson does the
narration
for that one. Super good, because I love Rosario Dawson. And I haven't listened to Hail Mary yet.
Okay.
but it's like in his same type
Well,
of wheelhouse.
things to look into.
Books to listen to. Man,
Yeah.
this is not a direction I thought the conversation was going to go this morning.
No, that's all right.
How it goes.
But we did finally get some winter this week.
Yes.
How much did it snow at your place?
So I still have probably about 3 or 4 inches that are on the ground.
Really?
And so
I swear to God, like, snow does not fall in South Jordan, like, at all.
Yeah.
When it was snowing and I was driving over here,
yeah.
I was driving through, like, some pretty heavy snowfall, but
Right.
nothing crazy.
Right.
But, like, you could tell it was coming down. And then the second I hit I-15 and 106, it stopped. Nothing. And then it maybe snowed, like, for 45 minutes after that.
Yeah.
And by the time I was driving home, I could see the grass. And it's like,
Serious?
oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Like, we got nothing in South Jordan.
No, when I say like I've I still have 3 to 4 inches on my grass right
We still have
like,
maybe like a half an inch, if that, in Mill Creek.
Oh no way. Yeah, no,
Yeah, I just think it's so crazy how just in like, what, a 30-mile span, it can be that diverse in
dude,
Utah.
and it's radically different.
Yeah,
Radically different.
big time.
Like especially from and a lot of it's just geographical, like
Well, I
where
mean,
are
I
you
can
in the
understand
valley?
if we went 30 miles like east into the mountains, it's
Right.
like, okay, that makes sense.
Right.
But you're just like 30 miles north.
Yeah. Now, granted,
The elevation doesn't change that much.
with where I'm at, yeah, like I'm probably up. Crap, where am I at? I'd probably say like 100, 200 feet. But I mean, granted, it's not like, oh, you're up like 1,000 feet in the air and it's up in the mountains. Not really, but it's right on that edge. It's on the bench of the Wasatch Front, right there on Antelope and 89. But,
Yeah, but I can't believe how big of a difference it is.
oh yeah, dude, it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
Huge difference.
Yeah. I even have a couple of students that live in Lehigh and they got like 4 or 5 inches too.
Yeah.
And you're just like, why does it skip this area?
Well, I think a lot of that's the lake effect as well.
Yeah.
So the lake is going to trigger all of those things coming in. Where you're down here in the southern part of the valley, you've got the Oakers on one side, which is going to disrupt airflow and stuff like that, which, and then you've got the lower part of the valley. You don't really have any body of water to cool the air down enough to cause it to precipitate at that point. So that's why, the northern end of the valley.
Yeah, it was just wild.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, we finally got some snow.
I know.
Towards the end of February.
Dude, like, I had somebody say to me, they're like, it's really kind of interesting watching the Olympics happen in Italy and everything else. And it's snowing so bad that they constantly have to clean off the half pipe and everything else. And this was like at my work. We all looked outside and like, yeah, so things are going to have to change if the Olympics are going to come back to Utah. And I was like, you have no idea, dude.
Yeah.
Like, this is scary. I don't think people understand how scary this is until you've lived here for a little bit. And you understand.
Yeah, we definitely, like, I'm not a huge snow person. Like, I don't mind the snow, but I'd rather not have to, like, shovel, drive.
Right.
Like, can snow 100 feet in the mountains.
Yeah.
Like, totally go for it. But, like, we really need the water for sure.
And that's one of the things that, it's not only just us, it's like everybody who's downstream from us.
Yeah.
I
mean, shoot, we sell so much water to other states.
California's screwed.
Yeah, because we sell a lot of water to them, or a lot of water rights.
Crap ton of water rights to them. And, I kind of hate to say it, but those of us that are upstream, we're not going to be giving away our water and, like, struggling and everything else so that California can survive. It's not going to be the way it goes.
Yeah.
Sorry, California, but screw you.
Yeah.
It's kind of how I feel.
But we finally got some snow, so that's great.
It's really good. We need, like you said, like 100 more feet of it.
Yeah.
Yep,
especially in the mountains.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny. I talked to all the people that, like, buy, like, season passes for skiing. They're like, this is crap. And they hate it. I mean, granted, there's snow up there, so, I mean, they can go. Is it, like, the best? No, I guess. I don't really do any of that stuff, so I don't know.
Man-made snow works.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing, but it's all you got up there right now.
Yeah, pretty much.
And it, honestly, in a lot of places, hasn't been cold enough for them. Like I remember in the very beginning of the season, wasn't even cold enough for them to make snow.
Yeah.
You know, and
like this is the first time this year that it's dropped into the 30s, I believe.
yeah,
So
yeah, I would agree with that.
And it still doesn't even feel that bad.
No.
So, which is crazy to think about. But let's move on to our Liam's facts. All right, last week's question was, what does Mardi Gras mean? And that was actually on the release of the episode. I didn't even think of that, but it means Fat Tuesday.
Fat Tuesday. Show me your beads.
Apparently Shia LaBeouf was down in New Orleans and he got the crap kicked out of him.
Poor guy.
I feel bad for him. Now, some of it's self-inflicted.
Really, well,
I get that. But he's trying to clean up and make himself a better person.
Yeah.
And I don't know the context of what happened. If he was under the influence of substances, if he was drinking,
drunk again, or yeah.
But yeah, I kind of feel bad for him at this point. So
the fact that he has done as well professionally as he has, being a kid actor and everything else.
Yeah, and his relationship with his parents
was just a mess. So it's kind of funny. I watched the girl who was in the show Even Stevens with him.
Yeah, the Christine. Something.
She actually said like how much money she made from it and everything else, and then no one was really there to kind of guide them along the path of like, okay, this is what we're going to do for you.
Yeah,
like, we're going to help you invest this. We will give you some spending cash, but it is going to be, and I almost like think to the point that it's got to be done by such a sanitized third party.
Yeah, they should have no relation to
They should have no relation not only to the person, but not even to like Disney themselves.
Yeah.
And just be done. Yeah. You know? Like, okay, cool. Here's Chase Bank, and here's the financial advisor that we have for Chase Bank. Mm-hmm. They're going to put something together for you. And the guy's like, probably the most boring person you've met on the planet. Like, hello, this is what we're going to do. This is how much money you're getting.
It's like Brian.
How much we're going to, right? Oh, dude. But someone who's like that, who like, I really don't care.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I'm making millions of dollars as a teenage actor. It's like,
okay.
I just brokered a deal for $1 billion last week. You think you're going to impress me?
Yeah. They need there needs to be better care for these child actors.
It needs to
not
be
only
better,
financially, but just emotionally, and protect them, and
better custodial care. And
for sure.
And again, it's just really sad because, you know, she even mentioned like, I just wasted all my spent it all. Like, you think that it's a lot of money until you start spending it, and then all of a sudden it's gone.
Yeah.
And now what do you have for it?
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it's not like her shows are in syndication or anything else. Like, she's going to keep getting paid for those. No.
Yeah, Even Stevens was a great show. It was funny.
It was funny. Dude, it was funny as hell.
Real funny. But it wasn't like, think of what lasted 5 seasons.
Yeah.
So.
And it was something that was specifically on the Disney Channel, so it's not going to get picked up and then like thrown around like the CW and all this other stuff. You know, and without, you know, continuing to act and to push yourself forward, kind of like Shia has.
Yeah.
And he did that, you know.
No, he made a good career for himself.
He kind of pushed himself and everything else. But
Transformers
again,
and all those like early on career movies like Disturbia.
Disturbia, Holes,
Evil Eyes.
Constantine. Yeah, you know. I mean, he did a whole bunch of stuff. Fury.
He was even in iRobot.
Yeah, he was in iRobot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he did a lot of movies.
Yeah, he did a lot of stuff. But you start to get into that position where I watch actors and stuff like that go through this, and it kind of makes me again think back to the Roman Empire.
Yeah.
When Caesar would come in from Rome, and as he came in from Rome, he would have that person behind him, you know, telling him that he's not all that in a bag of chips.
Yeah.
To keep your ego in check.
Yep. And all the great ones have that.
Yeah. You've got somebody who's like better than you in everything.
Yep.
And looks at you and feels like, okay. You know, like
Yeah.
even, my man Elon Musk, he's got somebody. Granted, is Elon worth a lot of money right now? Yes.
Yeah.
But does he still have his mentors that he goes to? One of those guys, of course, is Larry Ellison, founder and creator of Oracle, so multi-billions and stuff like that. And this is, I remember it was such a big deal when Elon Musk is meeting with Ellison. We have no idea what's going on. It's like, well, he's probably trying to figure out what his next step should be and how he should do it.
Yeah.
But.
Well, getting on to this week's question
Yes.
is a buttload is a real measurement equaling what?
Equaling the size of your mom.
Yeah. No.
The size of Russia's mom. That's right.
But one more
You know that
time,
guy.
a buttload is a real measurement equaling what? In fact, they used it a lot, like hint, in ships.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
In ships, in food product.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So leave your comments or your answer in the comments down below, or email us at TruTalkTuesdays@gmail.com. Also, make sure you like, subscribe, share the show. And moving on to a word from our sponsor.
Yeah. TruMotion in motion, let's go. Gear up, stand tall, feel the flow. Kicking it strong with the best of the best. Streetwear fresh, put your style to the test. Karate vibes, yeah, we bring that heat. From tees to hoodies, keep it sharp, keep it sleek. T-shirt or hoodie, we got both. Subs for the grind, focus on growth. Stickers and swag, let the world know you rep style. Now let's go. TruMotion merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Reppin' that swag, flex and wear it proud. Support TruTalks and wear it loud. Discipline, power, the heart of the fight. Your fit's gotta match your unstoppable might. Tigers and dragons, bold on the sleeve. Step in the dojo, they know you don't leave. Oh, step up, don't wait. Rock that fit, let's elevate. TruMotion merch, yeah, we level up. Style so sharp, got that warrior's touch. Rocking that drip, yeah, you own the crowd. Support TruTalks and wear it loud. Yeah, we reppin' strong, no fear, no doubt. TruMotion merch shop is what it's all about.
All right. Thank you, sponsor. Make sure you go on there, grab a shirt, support the channel. But let's get into, I feel like it's going to be a very long conversation of our top 5. All right. This week's top 5, we've got top 5 love songs, which every time we do something generic like this, it's like, yes, we could have broken them down into decades, subdivisions in decades.
There's some bands.
Genres.
There's some bands that you could just say, just this one band.
Just put, it's all the top 5.
Top 5 love songs.
Yeah, exactly. So, but all right. I've actually got 2 lists. I was just talking with Tony. Like, I wrote the list out before I went home. And then I went home and I told everybody what the top 5 is. Now I have a whole brand new list because I was like, oh, damn, I didn't think of that. Yeah. So, but what do you got for some of your top 5?
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Buckle up.
Some of your thousands.
Go. Now, a lot of this, I think, is because as I started going through these, I was like, oh, man. And I started looking at the year that these were all written. Mind you, I have a theory that, again, when you're in your pubescent years, let's just put it that way.
Do you hear all those birds out there?
It is. If there were crows, I would say it's a murder going on outside, but
I was just like,
no joke.
What is that? And then I look outside and there's
thousands of starlings that are just all over.
I can hear them. They're loud.
They're loud. Yeah. Hopefully,
Wow.
I don't know if you guys can hear, but
Yeah, I don't know if
they're
you guys can
loud.
hear.
Hold on, let's be quiet for a second.
Yeah, I don't know, but let us know
Dude,
if you
it's
heard them.
awesome. So I've got this theory. Okay, my theory is that as you experience certain things in life, it does shape how you will emotionally feel about that throughout life.
Yeah.
Okay, and shoot, we can throw this like as like question number 3 as we get into this. Like, there's so many things that I was like going through my brain this week. Okay,
Shannon, I agree with her, and I'll see if this matches your answer before you say it.
okay,
90s R&B, best love songs ever created.
like
Best
facts.
decade,
facts.
and we're talking like
80s and I would almost say mid 80s to 90s.
Okay.
Okay, because you'll understand what I'm saying here as I go through this.
Okay.
Yeah. But as you're going through like you're figuring out, like, finally you're just like, oh my gosh, girls are awesome.
Yeah.
Guys are awesome. Like, they smell like perfume and bubblegum.
Yeah.
And they're soft.
It smells like unicorn and hope in here.
you
ever
know,
watch that movie, How to Survive a Zombie? Scout's Guide to
Scout's
Survive.
Guide to Surviving a Zombie Apocalypse.
Such a good movie. Sorry, but continue.
Anyway, so as you're going through that, you're feeling all these emotions so intensely that once you move out of that, you will never feel those emotions like that ever again in your life. It's a lot like, I was thinking about this when I was a kid and Christmas came along, right?
Oh yeah.
And I always like kind of point back to Christmas because we all remember how we felt
That magical
during
feeling.
Christmas when, dude, Santa was coming.
Yeah.
And you knew it, and you could feel it in the air, you could smell it, you could taste it. And Christmas break, even though it was like maybe 10 days or maybe 2 weeks,
Oh, it felt like forever.
it felt like summer break. Like, you're just
Yeah.
like, this is the best 2 weeks of my life because it feels like it's 7 years, and now it's like as an adult, you're like, oh, like, is Christmas already over? Like,
Yeah, you're like, what?
oh, like I
swear to
sneezed
God,
and it
we
went
just
away.
went. Yeah, we just went on break yesterday.
Yeah, and Christmas is over.
Yeah.
All of that excitement and that emotion is gone.
Mm-hmm.
And there are certain things that I think we do by way of nostalgia to bring back the feelings and the emotions that we felt that were strong at that time. So
Music
we can
is a
feel
great
them
answer
again.
for that.
Music is a great
Yeah.
answer for that. And as we go through those times of romance and everything else, all of the, like, the first time that you went to a dance when you were a teenager and you asked this girl who you thought was all that in a bag of chips to dance, and she said yes.
Yeah.
And you got to stand there, and of course you're, got so much cologne and perfume on each other that
Could barely breathe.
Yeah, but for some reason you can as a teenager,
Yeah.
and you think that that's awesome.
You just have these filters built into your nose.
I guess it's called hormones and rage.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but
Now you walk by them and you're like,
yeah, I know, right? Okay, so with that laid down,
Okay.
a lot of mine are gonna be like, everybody's gonna be like, oh, we all know how old Tony is.
yeah, okay.
So, we're just gonna start with the list. I'm not
Okay,
gonna
yeah,
say it's a top 5,
Honestly,
whatever.
I'm not
At
even
this
going to
point,
say that
no.
too.
Okay. This is from the album Chicago 16, Hard to Say I'm Sorry
Okay.
by Chicago.
I got one of those on here too.
The next one, it might just be because, like, I do like Chicago. I think it's a really good band. Okay. You're the Inspiration
Yep, I've got
by
that.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, I was like, oh my gosh, of course, because we're martial artists, I can't forget this one.
Oh, the one from the Karate Kid too.
Glory of Love by
Yeah.
Peter Cetera.
Peter Cetera. Yep. Okay.
Okay. Then, Faithfully by Journey.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Then I was like, okay, I've got to add this one because this one, it's not my personal favorite, but from my era, everybody, like, I can say this song, you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember every single slow dance that I danced to this song at every single, like, dance that I went to high school and junior high in. But it's Everything I Do, I Do It For You by Bryan Adams.
It's funny. Shannon and I were talking about that, and she goes, crazy enough, she goes, this reminds me of a boyfriend I had in junior high.
Yes!
I was like, yep, I get it.
Yes. like you can, like,
You can see Kevin Costner shooting that flaming arrow.
oh, dude, hell yeah. Like
Yeah.
I remember, like this, like the junior high, like how the junior high was set up for the dance that I
Yeah.
went to when this was like became huge and popular and everything else. Then of course we transitioned more into the 90s, More Than Words from Extreme.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, as I started going through this, I'm like, all right, I've got to add maybe something a little bit more modern. And so this might not be a band that you know of, but the song is called "Is It Really You" by Sleep Token and Loathe.
Yeah, I have no idea who that is.
Yeah,
Sleep
Token
Loathe.
and Loathe. I'm a
Sounds like-
big Sleep Token fan. Like I love Sleep Token, and if you haven't listened to Sleep Token, please do.
Sleep Token and Love. That sounds like Philip's nickname in high school.
Oh my gosh! Ah!
Love you, Philip.
Ah! Yeah, I would high school. Right now.
Yeah. It's funny because
What are your two favorite things, Philip? Sleep Token and Loathe.
Yeah, I gotta call him. And tell him that. But oh man,
dude,
I
that's
wish I
funny.
would have called him this the last time he was on the show. But our favorite nickname for him is because every morning when he'd come in for the workout, I'd call him Sunshine and be like, "Morning, Sunshine," and he'd get pissed.
Get so pissed.
Go, shut up. Okay,
So then I was like, okay, that's cool. And of course, my own algorithm as I'm like going through this is starting to kick in. My Immortal by Evanescence is good. Like
Yeah.
I love that one. And Amy
Lee.
Lee, I just love her to death.
Yeah, she's awesome.
She's amazing. She's done she did this she got her, the lead singer from Spirit Box, which is another metal band, and this other gal. So 3 women, heavy metal, everything else. They all did a song together. It is straight fire. Like it is amazing. Anyway, but Dayseeker remade that.
Dayseeker.
Dayseeker's really good too. Super good. I was like, oh man, okay. For modern stuff, I'll kind of stick that one on there. Then of course I went back to when I was a kid.
Yep.
Right Here Waiting.
Oh yeah,
by Richard Marx.
Yep, yep. Yeah,
I was like, it's on my list.
Yeah, I got that on there.
On my
too.
list.
That's on a. Yeah.
This one I laugh at because it's true, but it's kind of a joke band.
Yeah.
I Swear by All for One.
Oh yeah. That was interesting because that was not made by them.
No, it wasn't. It was a
made-
remake.
It was made by a country artist, and country wanted to break into mainstream pop, but the country label did not want
it.
So they had an R&B group sing it,
Right.
and it blew up.
Oh, dude, it got huge.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yep.
God, those guys. Oh my gosh, they're so fun.
That's on the Dojo playlist. It's funny every time it comes on. I'm like, I probably should change it, but I'm not going to.
No.
The only time I change it is when it's sparring class. Be like, we should
Yeah.
probably punch each other listening to.
I Swear.
Yeah, I swear.
So, Seal, Kiss from a Rose.
Oh God, it's funny. That's a good song, but at the time, I was not a fan.
Well, it was tied to Batman,
Yeah,
and the Batman was like,
it got so
overplayed,
and I was like, oh God, all right. But yeah, no, Seal, Kiss from a Rose.
Kiss from a Rose. Phil Collins, All Odds.
Okay. I
Okay.
thought you were gonna go with the Tarzan song.
Dude, Phil Collins. Oh,
Yeah.
man, he just.
That-
Hey, Phil, come and write the song for this. It's just a cartoon, Phil. It's just a cartoon.
He wrote that for his daughter.
Are you
Lily
serious?
Collins.
Oh,
and
dude.
She didn't know that he was doing that. So when they were watching the movie, his daughter was all like, "That's Daddy," and he's like, "It was one of the best moments he ever had as a young father." And it's like, okay,
yeah.
that's a good song.
Your Love by Outfield.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Good one. Of course, you can't have. And I have to sing it. I have to sing the title.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Let's see
I
if
think
I
you know.
was,
I think you.
I won't say anything. I'll be like, I was right or I was wrong.
And I would do
I was
anything
wrong.
for love,
Meatloaf.
but I won't do that.
God, Meatloaf.
Meatloaf. Ah!
What is that thing he won't do?
Oh no, I baby won't do that.
Yeah, I want to know what is it? What is it, Meatloaf?
I don't know.
And we'll never know because.
Oh, and then the fact that they got him to be in Tenacious D.
Oh yeah.
Of legend.
Yeah. I think Tenacious D modeled themselves after him.
Oh, straight facts.
Like he hit the copy button.
Yeah.
And it's just a little off.
A little bit of Black Sabbath.
Yeah.
Oh man, that was such a funny show.
That was a great movie.
This one's a little bit is more modern. Someone You Loved by Louis Capaldi.
I haven't heard that one.
Yeah, that one's like once you hear it, you'll be like you hear it on all the like TikTok songs, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is super good. Always by Bon Jovi.
Okay, yeah. It's when what was it? What's her name? The daughter. She was in Lord of the Rings.
Oh, crap! Now you said that, and I'm gonna forget her name.
I can't remember her name, but her and Alicia Silverstone were in like every Aerosmith
movie. Yeah.
Video. God.
Aerosmith's daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. Liv Tyler.
Liv Tyler.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. I'll make.
Oh yeah, boys.
Boys to
You
Men.
could just put Boys to Men, and that's a
baby,
top 5.
That's baby making music.
Yeah,
right?
I actually have a baby making list.
Yes, I mean,
Yeah.
songs to make babies to.
Yep.
And going back a little bit more, Every Rose Has Its Thorn.
Oh, Poison.
Poison.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I like those. That was a good list.
Hold on, I got one more. This
All
one
right.
again is another one that's just like, oh, but I gotta put it on here because
Yeah.
if I don't, I Want It That Way. Backstreet Boys.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, that was there too.
Yeah.
So,
No.
yeah.
That is true. I mean, you could put NSYNC, Backstreet Boys as a category all their own.
Oh, dude, just like boy band love songs.
Yep.
Tiger Beat if it was on the if it was on the cover.
Yeah. All right. So
Okay.
I've got some. Yeah. Honestly, like a lot of the ones you've mentioned, I've got on here too. Like You're the Inspiration, Richard Marx, More Than Words, Neo, Because of You.
Oh yeah,
Neo's really good. This one's special for Shannon and I. It's At Last by Etta James.
Oh yeah,
That's a good one.
At last.
I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston.
Oh
Yeah.
Whitney.
Yep.
I disrespected Whitney. My bad.
That's
bad.
okay. All My Life by Casey and JoJo.
Do I remember that one?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
I'll play a little bit of it for you. And If I Ever Fall in Love by Shia.
Yep.
And then this one's kind of way out there. We could have made our own country album love song playlist.
Dude, no joke, right?
It's Forever and Ever, Oh Man by Randy Travis.
Yes.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Heaven, the Candlelight version by DJ Sammy.
Mhm.
That was actually a remake by a Bryan Adams song.
Yep.
That's a good one. Now, this is the second list that we made last night. And I'm just gonna say that a good majority of these songs I should not have been jamming out to as like a young adolescent teenager, like 10 to 12 years old.
Once you understand what the words
I
are,
had no idea what they were saying. It just jammed, and you're just like, heck yeah.
yeah.
Now you're like, holy cow.
Well, it's funny because, so for me, which is really odd because I'm in choir. I've been doing choir since like junior high school, right? So for a long time, I'm not gonna say how many years because it makes some people gag. But when I listen to music, the words are kind of like jumbled mush in
Yeah.
my ear. Like I don't really like. There's some people that they can listen and they listen to the words and they like get every single lyric and they're like, oh my gosh, did you listen to like what this song means?
I don't really listen to music that way.
No, I listen for like the words are almost like a percussion. And the beat and everything else that goes with it, and it adds into the whole entire
the
rest
melody,
of it.
the rhythm,
Yeah,
the harmony.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they're like, and it's funny because now looking back on the songs that I like, you actually start reading the lyrics. You're like, oh,
Yeah. Like "Freak Me" by Silk.
Oh, dude.
You're just like, I was listening to that in like 4th or 5th grade, and it's like,
yeah,
what? "Can We Talk" by Tevin Campbell. Have you heard of Tevin Campbell? He is awesome. Did you ever watch a Goofy movie?
Yeah.
He's the singer in that.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, that does that, like the power line. Yeah. He's awesome.
The best.
"Knockin' Boots" by H-Town.
Okay.
So
yep.
Write these down, people. Like they're great.
Just write them down. You're good.
"Come and Talk to Me" by Jodeci.
Okay.
That's a good one. "Let's Get It On" by Marvin Gaye.
Duh.
Yep.
Duh.
"I Want to Be Your Man" by Zapp and Rogers.
Yep.
Zapp and Rogers. Come on now. "End of the Road" Boyz II Men.
Boyz II Men.
Yep. "Inseparable Lovers" by As Yet. There was another song by As Yet called "Last Night." You're like, oh, wow. Oh,
yes.
Okay. They allowed that on the radio?
On the radio? Yeah.
All right. "Nobody" by Keith Sweat. That's another good one. These are like all 90s R&B.
Yep.
Oh, my God. They're so good. Now, not condoning the person, or I am condoning the person, but the music was
music's
good.
Music.
R. Kelly's.
By R. Kelly.
"Bump and Grind."
Yeah.
Terrible human being. Not a fan, but the song was banging.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
"Cupid" by 112.
Mm-hmm.
"Nice and Slow" by Usher. Again, you're just like, wow, all right. And knowing a little bit more about Usher,
yeah,
big Diddy Party fan.
Mm-hmm.
As a youngster,
"Nice and Slow, please."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying he was implicit in it, but he was a minor that got dragged into these Diddy parties.
A minor.
Yeah, A minor. "I Want to Know" by Joe. That's another great one. "Weak" by SWV. Women with Voices. Yeah. What is the it's Sisters with Voices.
Sisters with Voices.
That's it. That was a great one. "Can I Love You Like That" by All for One.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that's another good one. And then we're starting to get into like Motown, like "Here and Now" by Luther Vandross. Like, come on.
Yes.
Luther. It's like one of the number one like wedding songs of all time.
Oh, yeah.
And anything James Ingram.
Okay.
Have you heard of James Ingram? Oh my. Okay, I'll play you some of his songs. Like, did you ever watch Fievel?
Yeah.
Goes West.
Yeah.
He was the guy that would sing that "Somewhere Over the Rainbow."
Oh, okay.
And I believe he actually sang. No, that was another guy. I thought he sung the Beauty and the Beast song, but that's not him.
Yeah.
But I believe he was the "Over the Rainbow" song.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but he's got some good songs.
Yeah.
So I'll play you some later.
The other one, speaking of like words and stuff like that you listen to and then you listen to later. Dave Matthews' "Crash Into Me."
I haven't really listened to his song lyrics.
Dude.
Is that a good one?
It's yeah. We're just like, man, this is great. Like, it's got this like really kind of cool like vibe. Everything else, like, this is good. Yeah. And then you start listening to it, and you're like, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I know that wasn't really a top 5, so to speak, but
dude,
it was a compilation of love songs you should add to your playlist.
Yeah.
This last one, like I said, was oddly titled like "Baby Making Music."
Baby Making Music. I mean, that's really
so. But let's move on to our slang, our Ask a Sensei. All right, this week's slang, Jim Bro slang. because you're back into the gym.
Reps for Jesus.
Reps for Jesus. Take the 135s for a
Ride on the incline.
That's right. All right, we'll start off pretty easy. PR.
Personal record.
Yep, very good. Drop set.
Drop sets suck.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, that's
That doesn't tell everybody what it is.
You missed the third word on that.
Yeah.
Drop set suck. It's like burpees suck. That's just that. So drop sets are where you immediately go from one weight to the next one down, and you keep repping them out.
Yeah.
And then until you drop it, and then you go the next one down.
To failure, then lower the weight.
Yep.
Superset.
Superset. Superset.
Yep. The Guido pump.
The Guido pump.
The bison try superset.
Bison try superset.
Yep.
Yeah, it's where you go from one exercise that complements one muscle group, and then immediately switch to another exercise that's the opposite muscle group that you're working.
Yeah. Just
You'll hit biceps
different
and
exercises
tries.
back to back
Yep.
without rest.
Yep.
Very good. TUT. It's an acronym.
TUT.
TUT. Once you hear it, you'll be like, okay. Time under tension.
Oh, time under tension.
Now,
Okay,
what is time under tension?
time under tension? That actually is. It's probably one of the most. I would probably say discussed and argued. And by way of argued, I'd say how much time under tension you're putting yourself under is actually effective. But it's the amount of time that you're putting your muscles under load with the actual weights. In the current research that's going on out there, you can be quick on the concentric, which is your contraction on it. For example, like if you're going to do bench. You can explode on the up, but then you want to be slow on the eccentric, which is the weight coming back down to your chest before you come down. You also want to.
I even heard that there's a theory roving around out there that you only want to do eccentric movements because it's less damaging to your joints.
It's safer.
Yeah.
It is safer.
So if you hold that flex position instead of repping, you hold it for one rep of 30 seconds as opposed to 2 full reps or 10 full reps.
Right.
It's better for your joints.
Yeah. So, and a lot of that kind of goes back into, even if you're doing that, but then to go to full extension to get the stretch in the position.
Yeah.
By getting the stretch in the position, you're kind of killing two birds with one stone. You're making sure that you're getting that nice. You're stretching out those ligaments and the muscles and everything else that are connected to it. Let's say, for example, bench. A lot of people, they'll bench and then they kind of come down and they bounce off of their chest. That's bad because it gives you that little quick bit of relaxing and then you have to tighten back up to snap it.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
well, it depends on what you're going for. If you just want to move heavyweight or if you want to build stronger muscle.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So that's time under tension.
Time under tension.
Bulking
is what I did over the past 6 months
everybody's
of my
favorite,
life.
Everybody's favorite part of fitness.
Favorite part of fitness.
And if you say you don't like bulking, you're an idiot.
It's
It's everybody's favorite part.
because you're lying.
It's getting big.
It's getting big. Yeah.
Eating a lot, lifting heavy, getting big.
Putting on more calories so you can build more muscle mass, and unfortunately with that comes fat mass. And
Everybody's on a year-round bulking phase.
yes, and then you have to go to
Cutting.
which sucks.
Everybody's
Everybody
least favorite part.
So it's after you bulk and you're like, yeah, I gained all this muscle mass. No, you didn't, you dork. You got fat.
Hey, that's the best part.
And so then you cut down your caloric intake, and
you're
hopefully
unhappy and you're
cranky
grumpy,
pants, and you're grumpy, and you're just
not as strong,
and you're weak. And,
I wrote down big small.
big small.
You're big small.
Yep.
Okay, now I had this discussion with Maya and Shanna last night. They're like, that's just totally outdated term. I was like, no, it's not. And they even had to look it up. And it kind of is, but everybody uses it.
Right.
Pump.
Yeah. What do you mean that's not an outdated?
They have never heard of that term. Yeah.
Do I hear it all the time?
I know.
And these are from current people
Yeah.
that go to the gym and lift weights
And watch Pumping Iron and just listen to the part where Arnold talks about the pump.
And
We're not going to discuss it here, but it's kind of funny.
it's kind of funny,
Yeah.
Yeah.
In his Arnold accent.
You know, yeah. So the pump is where your vascularity and everything else is bringing in a whole bunch of fluid into the muscles, and actually the muscles do swell up and they get pumped up.
Hence the modern term swole.
Swole,
Swole.
which is short for swollen.
Yep.
Because it feels like everything's swollen.
And they didn't hear about, they have never heard of this term either. Pump cover.
Do they even work out? Do they even go to the gym?
That not like real gyms. They're like, you're making these terms
They
up.
go to-
I'm like, no, I'm not. These are real things.
They go to Curves, don't they?
No, they go to like Maya's
Planet Fitness.
apartment gym.
Oh, what is that? That's an
It's
excuse.
worse than my gym.
That's an excuse to charge you $100 a month.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Anyway, yeah, no, pump covers. Pump covers are a real thing.
Yeah, they are.
They're there because, again, in the immortal words of bro science, welcome to the world of being forever small.
Yep.
Because the first day you start lifting weights is the first day that you will always be forever small.
Not big enough.
Not big enough. Pump covers are, they actually, in my opinion, there's a functional reason and there's a psychological reason. Functional reason is that you, like the hoodie. Hoodie's your pump cover. Okay? It
Big
keeps you all
baggy.
covered up,
Yep.
big baggy hoodie, whatever. You kind of keep that on so that it keeps the heat in and everything else and warms you up as you're hitting your first sets.
Yeah. The actual reason is to keep your body warm.
Is to keep your body warm.
So you don't pull a muscle.
Yeah. So that's the physical reason. The psychological reason is
You're
that
not big enough.
you're not big, you know, until you start moving and you start like lifting and everything else. And then you take that off and they're like, oh, there's my muscles, you know? And so,
yeah, it's a vanity thing.
yeah.
They don't want to see their deflated muscles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and one of the funniest ones was when Chris Bumstead, my man C-Bum, he was going. There's a video of him, and he goes to the gym to work out and everything else. There's other people that are around, and he's got his hoodie on, headphones, everything else, and he starts repping out weights and stuff like that. And you can see because of the hoodie, he's big.
Yeah.
And Chris Bumstead is big.
Yeah, he's a
You
big
know,
dude.
he's and again, I have a list of people that if I ever meet, like the first thing out of my mouth is like, you're super cool. Do you want to come over? Like, I'm going to smoke like a brisket and like some pork shoulder, stuff like that. I want you to come eat at my house and we'll just hang. We'll play games. It's going to be great. He's one of those people because he's just a down to earth guy. Anyway, so he's repping it out, everything else. You know, and you can kind of see he's starting to get sweaty and stuff like that. And then he takes the pump cover off. And at that point, you realize I suck.
It's like, okay, this
Like-
is a Mr. Olympia.
Shit. Yeah, it's like he takes that off. I don't care. Like, and there were other like people that were competing in the Olympia and stuff like that were there. And I'm like, at that point, you just know you're coming inside. It's a fight for second.
That brings up our next term, shredded.
Shredded.
Exactly what he was just describing.
Just shredded. Okay, so shredded basically means like you have gone through the cut to the point where you can see like all of the shredded striations and stuff in the muscles. You can see the vascularity,
Yeah.
and everything else. You've got like freaking veins coming out of your abs and everything. And
I
your
would say
back.
the most shredded, buff, like bodybuilder is this little Asian dude. I think his name's Tyson.
Yes, he's like at 3.5% body fat.
Yeah.
It's dangerous.
And you're just all like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, dude, it's
3.5?
nuts.
That's insane. And he walks around that way all the time.
Yeah. That's the dangerous part
Yeah.
of because and again, for those of us that are normal, me, I mean, I've got excess body fat on me, which speaking of which, things are going in the right direction.
Good for you.
So things are good. It's like 3.5, 4 pounds down, so not too bad. Anyway, so fat is a very essential part of our diet.
Yeah.
And if you get to a point where your body fat gets so low, and again, for the majority of humans in the United
We don't
States,
have to worry about that.
it's like, dude, seriously, like, you're not going to come and be like, well, I don't want to go on a diet because my hormones are good. Like, sweetheart, you're 35% body fat. You've got like literally like 20% body fat to lose.
Yeah.
To then we can start talking about if it's going to mess up your hormones.
Yeah.
But it does. Like, it'll mess up your testosterone production. It'll mess up your sleep. It'll mess up your thermal regulation.
Yeah.
It messes up so many things. And there's a lot of bodybuilders out there that are just like, oh my gosh, it's hell. Like,
Yeah.
it sucks.
There's a reason why they don't stay that lean for that long.
Yeah.
It's like they get lean for a show and then they
go back. They go back to maintenance.
Yeah.
Is what they do. Will Tennyson, which I follow him a lot because I think he's funny. When he actually, for his first bodybuilding, like, he got freaking shredded, but he was even saying, he says, it hurts to sit. And I'm like, really? And he's like, and he was like, like my butt hurts because there was no fat on it.
Yeah.
And again, you think about it, you've got no cushion of protection there, which is kind of what fat helps with.
Yeah.
And then you've got your sit bones and then just muscle, and that's it.
Yeah, that would hurt. That'd be uncomfortable.
And he's like, he's like, I just hurt, and I'm constantly hungry. And
well, that brings up another one.
Yes.
Natty.
So,
Which
Natty,
is
of course,
arguably the most debated topic in bodybuilding.
Well,
because I don't think majority of them are natty.
Here's what's good. This is one thing. Like, I'm really kind of happy with the way that the gym culture and lifting culture has changed. Natty just means that you're natural. It means that you're not on any performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
No, steroids, testosterones.
Now, I'm
human
not
growth
anti
hormone.
like testosterone. Like, I'm very pro testosterone, but like, you have to be smart about it
to a certain point.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, if
you regulate it and you make it legal, then people will be smart about it.
Right.
And everybody's doing it anyway. So why don't you just level the playing field?
Right. So here's the problem that I have with TRT, or testosterone replacement therapy.
Vitamin T.
Yeah. And like, HGH and all that other stuff. There really should be like a medical reason for it instead of just like going in and jumping in. And I'm saying this for an age group of people.
Oh, yeah. Like,
so
if you're in your 20s, you don't need it.
20s to 30s almost.
Yeah,
now, I do understand that there's something that is in our food and our environment that is causing the decrease of testosterone in men.
Yeah.
Nobody talks about the change of hormones in women. I would actually dare say that if there's something that's going on this radical in men, it's the same thing in women. It's just different, and for some reason we haven't measured it, or I haven't seen research that actually has measured it.
Yeah.
If there is, please let me know. However, there should be an actual like, if you want to lift, okay, great, go lift. Your first year, if you're consistent with your diet, and if you're consistent with your workouts, consistency is key.
Yeah.
You'll gain 10 pounds of muscle mass easy. Second year, it'll drop down to like 7 to 5. And then every year after that, it'll be 2 to 3.
Yeah.
So the amount of muscle mass that you're not going to grow is small. That's why a lot of people, because I'm not going to say that you become impatient, but it's really, really hard to look at things as like, if I want to put on 20 pounds of muscle, I'm going to have to be doing this for 7 to 10 years.
Yeah.
Like, are you joking?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I don't have 7 to 10 years. Like, it's not like I'm just 7 to 6 months. No, it's 7 to 10 years.
People like Mike O'Hearn.
Yeah.
That guy is like, I'm lifelong natty.
I'm lifelong natty.
No, you're not.
No, you're not.
I mean, you can't tell me you're a lifelong natty.
Well, and that's the thing.
Now, would he be in damn good shape without it? Yeah, probably, because he does work out like crazy.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people think there's a really good show on Netflix. I hope it's still there, but it's called Icarus.
Oh, yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah,
just because you take testosterone doesn't mean you're going to be jacked in this superhuman person.
Exactly.
You still have to work out.
You still have to put in the work.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like, Mike O'Hearn, I get it. Just come out and be honest with who you are. And that's why I'm saying, like, I'm really happy with the bodybuilding culture, is because it is becoming culturally acceptable now if somebody comes up and says, are you natty? Yeah. And they're like, oh, no, I just got off cycle, and you're like, oh, what was your cycle? And like, they share that information now to like, this is what I did. This is kind of like the side effect. I wouldn't do this.
Yeah. We know somebody that went on a few cycles.
Who?
Yeah, I'll tell you afterwards.
Oh.
Okay. Last term, ATG.
This one, again, is really super hard for a lot of people. And again, a lot of it goes down to mobility with your hips, knees, and ankles. It's ass to grass.
Yep, it's when you squat. Now, I actually have just watched a video. If you are looking for explosion, you only do a half or quarter squat.
Yes.
And then you bounce up.
Pop up. Mm-hmm.
But if you're going for like strength, it's all the way down.
All the way down, all the way back up. And there's again, I look at it for like the knees over toes guy.
Yeah.
It really kind of falls into his category and realm too, where for those of us that do go to the gym, like I go to the gym not because I'm going to be huge and going to compete in a bodybuilding
You
competition.
just want a healthier life.
Yes. And what they've found out, again, through research and stuff for longevity, is that, again, we in America do a really good job of making us live longer, right?
Yeah.
I mean, if you were to look at like life expectancy charts, we've done a great job in the past 80 years to move life expectancy further down the line. What we haven't done is that we haven't increased the quality of life in those extended years that we've put down the line. Like we're living longer, we're just miserable longer.
Yeah.
And one thing that they did find for people that had a better quality of life down the line was that they had just more muscle mass overall.
Yeah.
And so they're like, oh yeah, like look at this person who's 70, they still ride a bike and everything else. Like they've actually got decent muscle tone in an MRI sliced image of their leg. Let's go to somebody else who's like not doing so hot and everything else. And why are things not? And then they do the same thing, MRI of the leg, of the thigh actually, and they're like the muscle difference is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So if you want like to live longer, live better, go to the gym, lift weights, lift heavy things. Don't think of it as like I'm going to do this for 6 months. No, this is now a part of what you do.
Yep. But moving on.
Yes. Sorry.
All right. What's our next question? Hopefully it's
Okay.
not too
First
long.
one's first. First one's first. To have fun.
Okay.
To have fun. What movie quote do you use all the time,
Oh, we just talked about this the other day.
regardless of whether or not the person knows where it comes from or not?
I've got a couple. One is "You're killing me, Smalls."
100%.
That one is, and what do you mean, you people?
Have you seen the meme where it's like the top 5 highest paid black actors as everybody there? And then
And they showed the black guy, the guy from Elf, and he's like,
oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That one, and the one from Major League, the commentator when Rick Vaughn throws that wild pitch, he's like, just a bit outside.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah.
So good. Another one that, because I use those as well.
Yeah.
Another one that I use, and it's just funny because the director of this one, writer and director, like if you look at what he's done, you're just like, what the freaking hell is like, that'll do, pig.
Oh,
That'll do.
That'll do. That'll do, pig.
Which, so if you don't know the movie, I'll tell you. The movie's Babe. It's actually written by the same guy who did Mad Max.
Yeah. Or the Party On, Wayne.
Party on, Garth.
Or when I was younger, it'd be like, do you smell bacon? Anytime a cop would come around, I definitely smell a pork product of some kind. That's a great one.
Or my other one that I would use this one all the time when I was teaching is, all right, so this is what we're gonna do. So watch me for the changes and try to keep up.
That one, or this isn't a movie; it's from the Jim Carrey skit. Like most students, you attacked
you attacked me wrong.
Yeah, God, I
Oh,
love talking
mercy.
like movie quotes and. Yeah, Step Brothers is super quotable.
We just become best friends.
Yeah. Do you want to do karate in the garage? Yep. This place is a fucking prison. I'm planning bullshit. That's such a great movie.
I stabbed a man in the heart with a trident.
Yeah. Or, I don't know if you heard, but I did like 1,000 of those.
This pipe's about to burst.
That escalated quickly.
That
That really got out of hand fast. Or Step Brothers. Yeah, I got a really big day plan. We're going to go to Bed Bath & Beyond, maybe Home Depot. I don't know if we'll have enough time. Yeah. But let us know what your favorite movie lines are that you like
man.
to use. Man,
One ping for silly.
yeah.
One ping only.
God, I love talking in movie quotes. But moving on. All right, this one we briefly discussed last week, and we won't spend a whole lot of time on it, but what's the difference between hoarding and collecting?
It's a fine line, bro.
Yeah,
it
it
is
really.
a fine
I
line.
actually think psychiatrists describe collecting as like level 1 hoarding, or it's the least like lowest level.
Yeah, yeah.
But then you've got your extremes.
So here's you do have your extremes. Like you've got extreme collectors,
Yeah,
which borderlines hoarding, and you've got extreme hoarders, which is just keeping garbage.
yeah,
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when I look at like hoarding, to the point that I would start looking at hoarding is stuff that actually has absolute no value.
yeah,
And it's just straight up
they
garbage.
just can't throw it away.
Right.
Yeah.
So that is where we start looking at hoarding. And again, like it's no secret, I play Magic the Gathering. In order to, get the, the pulls when you open up a pack, you're going to have to go through a lot of cards, and you're going to get what we call bulk.
Yeah.
Just junk bulk that's out there that, if you start opening cards and you get into it, and I don't, a lot of people say like, oh, it's a waste of money. It's all, all this. It's like, okay, cool. Like, don't get me wrong. Other people have other hobbies that are expensive.
It's just a different form.
It's just a different form. And the problem with some hobbies is that you have nothing to show for it afterwards. For example, skiing.
Yeah.
You're going to buy a lift ticket for $2,000.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, cool. What do you have to show for that by a physical product in your hand? And I'm not talking about the skis that you spent another $2,000 on.
Yeah.
Or golf. Or people who, like go out to bars and go drinking.
Yeah.
Or people who have like the habit of smoking and stuff like that. It's like, okay, you're spending thousands of dollars a year. This person just bought cardboard,
Yeah.
But again, there are people who have like literally just like closets full of cards. So like when does that become hoarding and when is it collecting? Well, I think it's kind of like a little bit of a byproduct of both.
Yeah, I agree. I think like by quote unquote definition, collectors, they value and take care of their stuff.
Yeah.
Versus hoarding, where it's like you just said, it's garbage. They just can't throw away for some reason.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like, if you go with a lot of collectors, like especially if they're serious collectors and this is like what they do, yes, they're going to have their junk stuff and it's going to look like a mess. But the ones that are expensive or special or whatever are going to be taken care of, put in protective covers and everything else in a totally different location than everything else, as not to be confused with the
And
junk bulk
collectors
that's out there.
will also tend to sell things too.
Right.
So they'll like, I've got no problem getting rid of this.
Right.
But they get something else in return.
Right. So here's the thing. So I like doing Magic, and I do have cards that are expensive, for me. Let me just put it that way.
Yeah. No, I gotcha.
Yeah, no,
Where you're like,
$1 million,
wow.
the One Ring, whatever. I don't have any
no
of that.
Logan Paul,
No.
1 of 1, Charizard, whatever.
Right. I think the highest, the most expensive card I have is like maybe $100. Not bad.
No.
Not bad. But to me, it's like, it's fun to kind of look at and say like, oh yeah, it's worth $100. I'm not going to sell it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is just because the hobby that I'm in, like I might use that in building a deck down the line, and I'm buying things to use. I'm not buying it to like hedge my bets. There's a lot of people who do that. Like special collections will come out, they'll buy those and they hedge their bet and they're like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy an extra deck of this so that I can sell it later, because I'm going to be able to make a lot of money in 2 to 3, 5 years, when the price goes up. But yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know, like I would even kind of say like hoarding and collecting could probably change with the way that the market changes on it too.
Yeah.
Because
it happened with baseball cards back in like the 90s, 80s.
Baseball
and 90s.
Cards?
It exploded and then it was worthless.
Died. It was
it's
absolutely
starting to
worthless.
become a resurgence of it.
Yeah. But I don't think it'll ever be as big as it was.
No. Everybody was hunting for that, like Babe Ruth and Lou Gehrig and all those.
Well, and see, and that's the thing. Like, I can't I can't go back and like pinpoint why.
Yeah, I remember there were card shops by my house where they had a storefront that all
Yeah.
they did was buy and sell trading cards.
Yeah. That's all
Like-
they did.
Like baseball, basketball, football,
Sports memorabilia,
Yeah.
everything, you know?
and now it's gone. I mean, granted, I think, Amazon has a lot to do with that now, but this was back in like the 90s.
Hold on. Actually, as I'm just spinning this in my head. Do you think a lot of that has changed because how athletes and everything else get paid now has changed?
No.
Where you've got a lot more sponsorships and stuff like that. So them actually creating sports memorabilia to sell with their autograph signature, stuff like that on there.
I think in terms of like the value, but I think they've always produced cards. They just weren't a thing.
Okay.
Because I do think because the access to, like, talking sports memorabilia specifically, the access to signature items
Yeah.
is a lot easier.
Right.
That the value of cards kind of has gone down because it was so hard to get assigned anything back in the day
Mm-hmm.
that, yeah, like I have a signed mini Eagles helmet by Jason Kelsey.
Oh, no
It was like-
way.
Yeah, and I bought it on Facebook for like $90.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, dude, that would have never happened in the 90s.
No.
It's like that would have been worth like $1,000.
Oh, easy.
So,
Easy.
yeah. But yeah, so I think the access to stuff and the ability to get it has devalued like the cards itself.
Okay.
But I don't think that's the reason. I mean, granted, these things were going out of business like long before that.
Right. Right.
But
I mean, it's very hard.
they just shifted from like physical storefronts to digital storefronts.
Yeah.
So,
Well, it's almost the same thing with like your local game shops.
yeah.
You know, that unless you've got another way to bring in revenue every single week, because you can, like, that's the thing, like Oasis games, not to kind of point them out, but they just come to my mind. If I wanted to buy a box
Uh-huh.
of a certain type of, cards, I can get it cheaper from Amazon or an online reseller
Yeah.
than I could from going to Oasis.
Or you can buy it direct from the like seller
Yeah.
or the manufacturer.
Yeah. Well, a lot of like Magic the Gathering, Pokemon, stuff like that, they will not sell direct for collections
Okay.
and stuff like that. So you have to go to like their resellers. But the way that company makes money is that they have space where people can come and play.
Yeah.
And so and that's what I don't think sports trading cards have.
They don't have that.
They don't, because that's the thing. Like, what do you do with a baseball card?
Yeah. They're like, hey, look what I got.
You're like, cool. What is
All
it? Okay, that's cool. That's awesome.
What's the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, with, card, card trading platforms and stuff like that for games, it's something that you're constantly playing with,
Mm-hmm.
and it has its own live market
Yeah.
that, depending on what new set has been released, will literally dictate. Because I've watched certain cards that, really didn't do anything until this next card came out, which then makes this one important because it'll activate this one ability, whatever, and then the price like goes up. Like it goes up like a 10x. Like it was like $1.25. Now it's $12.50.
Yeah.
And you're like, are you joking me? What the
No.
hell happened? Oh yeah, this new collection came out. Blah blah blah. So,
But let us know what your collection is if you have one. And
Yeah.
if you think collecting and hoarding is the same. I think it's a gateway drug. If
yes,
you're not careful. So,
cocaine.
But moving on to our next question. All right, what's our last question?
Okay, so this kind of comes up because of a couple of things. So, like I said, I did watch the miniseries Chernobyl again for like the fourth or fifth time. I absolutely love it. It's got the actors that are in it are amazing, absolutely amazing. But it does go over the tragedy of the reactor 4 of the Chernobyl nuclear facility that was there,
Yeah.
and how it was dealt with. And I sat there, and it's kind of funny because as I was watching this, I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so it is something that should be viewed through the lens of what do I do similarly in my life that they did in Chernobyl. You know, which is like how many warning signs were out there that I ignored just because of my own arrogance and pride. And then once the shit hit the fan, literally, like the reactor core is open. It's blowing out more radiation that has ever been experienced on this planet. And still, yeah, I don't believe that. Yeah, that's not really what's happening. It's like, well, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's not. Why, psychologically, from a point, do we as humans, because I don't think I'm not going to say it's a Russian thing. I'm not going to say that it's, East, or like, Russia versus America thing either. No. But I think it's a human thing that we are so concerned about how we are perceived by others. And that perception of like, and especially when we mess up, because this was an F up of epic proportions.
Yeah.
Like like no one will be able to live in that exclusion zone forever. Like it's done. What makes it so hard just to, I hate to use this term, man up and just take responsibility for the thing that is wrong and to move forward instead of like, I was like, okay, yeah, I made a mistake. Who cares? I'm here in this point of life. I cannot change what happened 5 seconds ago.
Yeah.
2 seconds ago. Like, once it happens, it happens. What do we need to do to move forward? Why is that so hard?
Yeah, that's true. And I think it's more not necessarily a culture thing. It's a male female thing. Like,
it could even be that.
I think males have a harder time admitting when they're wrong than females do.
Oh, I would almost argue with you on that one.
See, yeah, because at least maybe it's just the women that I've been around.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But I honestly think it kind of goes back to a lack of faith, because they're more concerned with the perceptions of earthly things and earthly opinions and, quote unquote man's perception of them, as opposed to their faith, what God thinks of them. And God already knows that we're sinful, because we're born into it effectively. 100%. So we're going to make mistakes, and he's already forgiven us for those.
Yeah.
So the fact that I think that people, this is a general statement. This is not true for everybody, but people that tend to have faith know that they mess up. Why? Because they realize they've fallen short and they continue to ask for forgiveness, versus people that don't have faith, where they think they're quote unquote the center of the universe, that godly figure. They have to live up to that. Mm-hmm. So it's like, well, if I'm this like higher being, so to speak, I don't make mistakes.
Right.
Yeah, you do.
Right.
Everybody does. And you just have to let your pride and your ego take a back seat and be like, yeah, I'm screwing up. Like, and we all make mistakes. We all do.
Yeah.
And, we could point to relationships. It's like, I saw the writing on the wall. I chose not to look at it because I wanted to make it work.
Yeah.
Or, with women, they think that they can change men. Be like, well, I'll change them. It's like, no, if you marry a cheater, there's a good chance he's going to cheat still.
Right.
Or
I would actually, because again, this probably pertains to me. I wouldn't even necessarily say that, like if the woman marries a cheater, I would say like, because I think you're right that there's a lot of that, like I can fix it or it'll get better over time or they will eventually change and I could mold them and conform them into what I want.
Yeah.
I want that person to be. And it's like, stop. Number one, if you're going into a relationship thinking what you want, you shouldn't be in a relationship.
Yeah, it's what's best for us.
It is. Yes. And that's I honestly think, especially in relationships and stuff, that, and again, this is like a big biblical principle,
Yeah.
That it comes out and it's just like when you get married to somebody, it's like, like I think it says in like 1 Corinthians or something like that, the woman's body is not hers, but her husband's, and the husband's body is not his, it's his wife's.
Yeah.
And part of that being like, okay, like if I were to take that and know that this is not mine, and then it goes to her, and then all that I do is there to serve her.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, that's awesome. Like all I'm here to do is to serve him.
Yeah.
It's going to create kind of like this like perpetual motion generator of just being awesome to each other.
Yeah.
What has fallen apart, and I can see this in current culture, and a lot of women that listen to this are going to get pissed. I don't care. But modern day culture has said that no, women don't need to do anything for their man. And, he should do everything for her. It's like, no, that's 100% not what it means. It's like, okay, well, pull up your big girl panties, and maybe you should like look and see, is your spouse happy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's not I'm not supposed to like understand my spouse is happy. No, that is your responsibility. That is.
Now, you want to enhance it, but you can't make them happy.
Oh, you can't make them happy. That's true.
You can't make them not happy.
Oh, yeah.
You can't be the reason why they're not happy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's like, well, why should I help him out? Why should he should be doing everything for me? No.
Yeah. That's when relationships fall apart.
Yeah.
But I definitely think it just goes back to people have a lack of faith in something higher than themselves.
Yeah.
And
well, it's kind of like again, going biblical on this, being more afraid of the judgment of men than the judgment of God.
Yeah. And that's how it is.
And kind of going
backwards.
Yeah. And kind of going to the whole Chernobyl thing.
Yeah.
They even mention it several times that the perception of strength within the Soviet Union was so much more important than the truth.
Yeah.
To the point where they would redact, they would hide information.
I mean, we can see that in our own society.
Oh, we see it in our own society, in our own government, and everything else. That again, the United States cannot be seen and even you can break that down individually. At least here in the United States, you won't get jailed for having a contrary opinion to the federal government.
Yeah.
Because if that was the case, people would have been thrown in jail left, right, and sideways during COVID.
Yeah.
People would have been thrown left, right, and sideways in jail for right now. I mean, it just depends on the political change. But yeah, to be able to sit down and be like, like we made a mistake. We made a mistake. And this is what we did to move forward.
Yeah.
Well, that's not good enough.
Admitting your mistake is not admitting you're a failure. It admits that, okay, we went wrong somewhere. Now we need to correct it.
Yeah.
You're a failure if you don't recognize the mistake and don't correct it. That's a failure.
Right.
So.
Right. And there's so many situations in which I think, again, like going culturally through this, where you're just like, okay, buddy, like in order to grow.
Yeah.
Like, again, going back to like the gym bro, gym bro language, you have to go to failure.
Yeah.
Every single time. Like that is what you do. You go to the gym to get to the point that you can't lift anymore. Gun to head, nothing else is coming out of your body.
Yeah.
Well, does that mean that you suck? Does that mean that you're awful?
Yeah. I'd rather people admit that they made a mistake and be like, this is how I'm going to correct it.
Yeah.
Like, all right, cool. But to be like, no, they messed up and be like, I didn't do anything wrong.
Yes.
Now I'm not talking to you anymore.
Well, and
I shouldn't say that. Be like, I'm not going to believe anything you say anymore.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because I see that and again, I'm not going to say generations, but I'm going to say age. But I see that a lot in youth.
Yeah, it's because they don't know any better yet.
Yeah, and I think there's an emotional connection to that, and this is why I kind of pose the question, because I think and why I don't think it's like an East or West thing.
Yeah.
I think it's very much a human thing.
Yeah, very much so.
To have that want and desire to do the right thing or to not be wrong, to think that you are in the correct position, and then you can move on in life. It's like, no, you need correction. I see this with my kids. I see this with Candy's kid.
Yeah, they don't want to get in trouble.
Where it's like, if you point out, like, no, this is what you did wrong, and then they get all upset and pissed off about it, like, stop.
Yeah.
We're not doing this.
Yeah. It's like, hey, like, you're going to get in trouble now.
Yeah.
It's like, I was going to help you, but now you're forcing me to make an example of you.
Yeah.
So, but don't let your as Master Martin says, your ego is not your amigo.
No.
So don't let your ego rule your life. But moving on to our fight scene. All right, this week, I think it's going to be pretty lopsided, but who knows? We got John Wick versus the Punisher.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So we've got it, let's say, right outside the Continental for round one, because, you can't do business inside the Continental.
Can't do business in the Continental.
So John Wick versus the Punisher.
Yeah.
I've got John Wick.
Yeah, I do. I mean, I kind of have to.
I think the Punisher and John Wick are pretty close in terms of accuracy with weapons, the
100%.
shooting.
100%.
But I think John Wick has a better hand-to-hand skill set than the Punisher does. Or at least if we're talking like MCU Punisher, not comic book Punisher. I don't know too much about comic book Punisher.
Right.
So we're taking like the MCU Punisher,
Yeah.
not comic book Punisher. I think because if you look at the John Bernthal Punisher, like he's great and he can take a beating, but like he gets beat up all the time.
All the time.
So, well, I mean, it's technically so is John Wick, but
yeah, but I mean, like, here's the thing: like, John Wick's getting beat up by like
multiple people,
300 men.
Yeah,
and it's through a day or two,
yeah,
or like longer,
so,
where it's just like, okay, and he's like still like ending people left, right, and sideways.
So interestingly enough, both of these guys could operate in New York City.
Yeah.
So, all right. So we got round one, I got John Wick. I think you got John Wick.
I got John Wick as
round
well.
two, different block in New York City. Round two, who you got?
I'm gonna still go. I'm still gonna go with John Wick.
I'm still going with Wick too.
And the reason why is because, again, like, using some lore behind this. The reason why I would go there is because of what happened in the first movie, the first John Wick movie, where he's there, sees like the guy who's homeless, whatever, and then hides next to him, gives him a gold coin.
Yeah.
And like, he knew that guy was like, oh, like probably an old friend, whatever, and he protects him, all that. I think that there's that network, Lawrence Fishburne's character, stuff like that.
Yeah.
There is that network of people who he knows, the Punisher's alone.
Yeah, he's a loner.
Yeah.
But, okay, so 2-0, round three, in the cage, no weapons.
Do they kill each other?
I got the Punisher because he can take just a beating, and he has the endurance to withstand Wick.
Yeah, see, that's where I would honestly say I don't think either one of them quit until both of them are dead.
Yeah. Yeah, I got Punisher walking out on that one. He gives it and he takes it.
Yeah, he does, but I still think John Wick could probably take just as much.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because, again, we're talking MCU. In the MCU version, he was a soldier. Like, this is what he did. He went out. He was a Marine. Whatever, or not a Marine. Special Forces.
Yeah, he was a Marine.
Was he? Yeah, was he a Marine? I
believe
thought I
so.
got that right. But goes out. The reason why they're called devil dogs. Everything else are tough as hell.
Yeah.
But there's a difference in doing that type of warfare and that type of fighting than what John Wick did for decades before.
Yeah, with the whatever house family he was from.
That he was basically the killer, the mercenary of all of that.
Yeah.
Like they say, he's like, we are standing upon the foundation in which John Wick, that John Wick built.
Yeah.
So
you got 3-0?
I've got 2-2 and a tie.
2-2 and a tie.
Yeah,
I got
because
2-1. But I got Wick winning.
Yeah, Wick definitely wins. And
For
again,
sure.
I mean, it's kind of funny because their stories are very similar.
Yeah.
Except,
and I don't know if we've done this one or not before previously, but I know we haven't done it. So.
Yeah, no, we haven't done it, but yeah.
But moving on to our joke of the week. All right, you got a joke?
I get these, and then I put them on my list.
So I've got one. The other day I bought a thesaurus, and the pages were blank. Now I have no words to describe how angry I am.
We have no words. I don't know if I've used this one.
Well, we'll find out.
What do you call a fake noodle?
Oh. You haven't used it, but I know what it
used
is. What is it?
An impasta.
An impasta.
Mm-hmm.
Or do you hear about the Italian chef who died? He passed away.
Passed away.
Yeah. But moving on to our shout-outs. All right, anybody like shout out today?
Yeah, so right after this, I'm heading off to volleyball tournament.
All right.
Ashland's out there. They did extremely well in the, I guess what they call a pod.
Okay.
Which is the other groups of volleyball teams that they were playing against. They got first place in their pod last night. And then we could bring this up as another question that we could bring up. Yeah, write this down because I'll forget next week. The psychology of games.
Okay.
First game they did, they went out, they were united, they were playing extremely well, they were all kind of focused. Granted, they made mistakes. They're 15, 16-year-old girls, but they did extremely well. Second game, and that was they actually beat that one team because it's best of 3. And so first two matches beat them, and that first team was tough.
Yeah.
They were good. And then they played their second game. They were all over the place. All over the place.
Yeah, I can tell you that next week.
And I'm
tell you why.
What the hell is pull your heads out of your ass
and
let's get to work.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I can tell you exactly why next week.
Yeah.
So,
and then the third game, they again kind of started playing to the level of the opponents that they were up against. I'm like, guys, pull your heads out. And once they did, it was a domination.
Yeah.
But yeah. But yeah, shout out to Ashland. And
good luck, Ashland.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're excited to hear how it goes next week.
Yeah.
All right. Final thoughts. Any final thoughts you want to leave the people with?
Final thoughts. My final thoughts are these. Use more movie quotes in your daily life.
Yeah, I agree. More movie quotes.
It just makes life better.
Yeah. And don't let your ego get in the way.
Don't let your ego get in the way.
It's okay to admit you're wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. And look for solutions to move forward.
Absolutely.
And if you get it right, fantastic. If you get it wrong, who cares?
Move on. But all right. Thanks for kicking it with us this week, you guys, and we'll see you next week.
Peace.